Hello and welcome to your daily dose of Satoshi's news. Today's date is Sunday, the 11th of August 2024, the year of 1 million transactions per second and more. Experience the best of both worlds today at betbitcoinsv.com, the best casino and sports betting on chain. Have a little flutter in private using the original protocol and genuine Bitcoin. Right, let's see what we got in store for us today. Check this out. Exciting news for Bitcoin. The Bitcoin SV mainnet successfully verified a zero-knowledge proof, marking a historic milestone. This achievement opens the door to scalable and privacy-focused smart contracts on the Bitcoin blockchain. Congratulations to the nChain team for their great work and innovation. Great stuff, we'll be reading that. Good to hear nChain referring to it as Bitcoin, because that's what it is. This is the article about that we'll read through. Quite looking forward to that. Then we've got obviously a little bit of 365 days of Bitcoin history. Epic tweet or epic quote from Satoshi today. He said, imagine, this is back in 2010, imagine if gold turned to lead when stolen. If the thief gives it back, it turns to gold again. There we go. We've got the quote here in the Satoshi's Institute. Then we got these titles here from Cointelegraph saying 4 years in MicroStrategy's Greg Coin gamble beats Warren Buffett's warning. Well, you know, at the moment it does. So look at this. Celsius sues Tether seeking $3.5 billion over Greg Coin collateral sell-off. What is all that about? Infighting amongst all these shitcoiners. And then we've got BitGo set to transaction wrapped Greg Coin business to multi-jurisdictional custody. All right, just thought it sounded interesting. Then we'll have a quick look at the figures as we do and wrap things up. Right, let's cue the music.
Satoshi, like a cowboy in the West, riding on the blockchain that they call the very best. 1 million strong, and transactions flying free. Just wait for the Terra node, you'll surely see.
Here we go. Let's just bring these pictures up. Just readying my show. Here we go. Love it. Right. There we are. Back in business. So, as I just read, the Bitcoin SV mainnet. Oh, so this is actually on the mainnet itself. Successfully verified a zero-knowledge proof. So that's a ZK proof. Marking a historical milestone. The achievement opens the doors to scalable and privacy-focused smart contracts on the Bitcoin blockchain. Congratulations to the nChain team for their great work and innovation. Let's have a quick look at this one. So Owen Vaughan posted here. ZKPs live on Bitcoin SV mainnet. In a world first, so this just literally happened 2 days ago. In a world first, we've implemented Groth 16 verification on the BSV mainnet at a cost of just 1.5 cents. It opens up a whole new era of smart contract functionality on Bitcoin that is practical and cost effective as of today. This is a massive achievement that required a new approach to Bitcoin scripting. I couldn't be more proud of the team at nChain, research and development. Read more in Wei's article below. Full academic paper coming soon. And here we are. This is Wei Zhang's Medium post. So let's see what this is all about then. So snark verification on a Bitcoin mainnet. The beginning of a new era for Bitcoin. All right then. So, on the 19th of July 2024, a transaction was successfully spent using a zero-knowledge proof on the Bitcoin SV mainnet. More precisely, the Bitcoin SV network successfully verified a Groth 16 proof as part of a transaction validation. This is the first time that it has been achieved on Bitcoin or any of its variants. That's huge. Let's just see what this Groth 16 is. Jin's Groth. Alright. This is just read that bit. So it is a significant milestone for Bitcoin as it paves the way for smart contracts on chain. Bitcoin, perceived as lacking computational capacity, can now verify proofs that computations are done correctly. This approach to smart contracts not only offers scalability but also addresses privacy concerns over a public blockchain. Recently, BitMV and Starkware have made similar impressive announcements. Starkware published a series of transactions that verify a Stark proof, while BitVM verified a Snark proof. The big difference is that all of these transactions were published on the BTC testnet, Signet, rather than the mainnet. They can be moved to the mainnet only if the network enables opcat and opcode that concentrates inputs. S-Script were the first to implement Groth16 verification on the Bitcoin SV testnet. Their 5 megabyte verification script was improved by a hackathon entry. ZK Baguette, who reduced its size to 1.2 megabytes. While all these groups, including ourselves, use different techniques and different variations of Bitcoin, we have tackled the same underlying challenge, coding up something very complex in a very primitive Bitcoin opcodes. We chose to implement Groth16 because its characteristics are well suited to optimizing transaction size and therefore transaction fees. Groth16 has the smallest approved size among all snarks, with a very efficient verification algorithm. Our smallest implementations today is Groth16 for the Curve BLS12381, which achieves a locking script size of 480 kilobytes and an unlocking script of 40 kilobytes. We chose to implement it on Bitcoin SV as it supports large number algorithmic and has a default script size limit of 500 kilobytes on its mainnet. Moreover, taking advantage of the low transaction fee rate on Bitcoin SV, we only paid roughly, crikey, that is 1.5 cents for creating and spending the transaction. We're now in the process of refining and improving our implementation in order to deploy recursive Groth16 on chain. This will be a critical building block for many applications. You can follow our progress on GitHub. You can also download the repository and test it out for yourself. Any feedback is welcome. We've written up our work in an academic paper which will be published soon. It is the culmination of a great team effort involving N-Chain Cryptography team, Enrique, Paul and Wei, along with our senior researcher Federico, who spent months understanding the literature behind billionaire pairings and optimizing the computation with respect to the transaction size. Federico then turned our ideas on paper into transactions on Bitcoin with further optimizations to reduce the transaction size. Well done to everybody involved. We also would like to congratulate BitMV, Starkware and S-Script for their achievements. We know very well how challenging it is. That sounds extremely impressive. It sounded good. I didn't really understand much of that. I really wish I did. You know, seriously, I'm saying that. I really want to get technical on this. But there's nobody got the grasp of fundamentals yet. If someone could prove to me they had the grasp of fundamentals and they're actually promoting it and talking it, because that's the most important thing, I can maybe focus on something else and actually learning and maybe being more useful. But anyway, that was great. I'm guessing is there a date on this? Document properties. 31st of, is that April? 31st of April 2016? Oh, it's not that one then. Alright, well let's just go on to these news articles here then. Just because these look kind of juicy. So just an hour ago on Cointelegraph, so 4 years in, MicroStrategy's Greg Coin gamble beats Warren Buffett's warning. Well, again, we know what's going to happen. We know what's going to happen. It's Greg Coin. It's a fraud. You know, so they might be patting themselves on the back now, but have you really done your research? Did you look at SegWit, Michael? I don't think so. MicroStrategy's stock value is up by 1,000%. Cool, 10 times. Since its first Bitcoin purchase, while Warren Buffett and Berkshire Hathaway have missed the boat. MicroStrategy purchased its first Gregcoin stash on August 10th, 2020, becoming the first publicly traded company to adopt the cryptocurrency as its primary treasury reserve asset. 4 years later, the bold move has evolved into a defining strategy for the company that has outpaced even the returns of Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway. MicroStrategy nets $5.38 billion in Gregcoin profits. As of August 10th, 2024, MicroStrategy has 226,500 Gregcoin, currently worth $13.7 billion in reserves, which it acquired at an average cost of around $37,000. With Gregcoin currently trading around $60,500, MicroStrategy is now sitting on unrealized profits of around $5.39 billion. Despite the substantial gains, Michael Saylor's company has maintained its Gridcoin holdings, choosing not to liquidate. That could be costly in the end. Any of its accumulated assets. It has expressed its intention to continue accumulating Gridcoin further, evidenced by its most recent purchase on August 1st. Michael Saylor is beating legendary Warren Buffett. The value of MicroStrategy's stock has responded bullishly to its Gridcoin purchases, having surged around 1,000% since August 2022. In comparison, that is 1.5 times higher than Gridcoin's returns and 16.25 higher than the returns of S&P 500 index in the same period. Interestingly, Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway Class A stock has significantly underperformed compared to MicroStrategy since MicroStrategy's initial Gridcoin purchase. It's hilarious knowing that they've got Gridcoin. Oh my god. Berkshire Hathaway has only gained 104.75% during this period, with Buffett's persistent negative stance towards Gridcoin keeping Berkshire from exploring crypto investments. I mean, he was also late to the party in terms of Microsoft and everything else, but Buffett is in with the cabal. He knows exactly what they've done and what's going on. That's why he called it rat poison. He knows he's not going anywhere near it, but he doesn't understand Bitcoin because they haven't told him about that and he doesn't get it. In 2018, Buffett called Gridcoin, rightly so, a rat poison squared. His close associate and late Charlie Munger went a step further and predicted that Gridcoin's price would crash to zero. Yeah, I'm predicting that as well because it's Gridcoin, it's not Bitcoin. Calling it a disgusting product in his statement in 2021. Still, Gridcoin and MicroStrategy have performed better than Buffett's top stock holdings, namely Apple, American Express, and Bank of America in recent years. However, some traders have expressed their intentions to short the MicroStrategy stock, with investment firm Kerrysdale Capital arguing that it's trading at an unjustified premium to Gridcoin. Yeah, that's true. I mean, if it was genuine, definitely. The software business is worth billions, maybe $1.5 billion, somewhere in between, is not worth very much. Sham Adrangi, Chief Investment Officer at Kerrysdale Capital, told Cointelegraph, adding, Gridcoin's prices have to go up for the value of the company to increase. If they go down, the value of the company goes down. The company should be trading at a value of Gridcoin. Our argument is go short MicroStrategy, go long Gridcoin. Again, and I actually explained this to, it was Lorien at the London Blockchain Conference. In the future, so at the moment, you've got every single company measured in the value of US dollars, which is the overall value of their share price, because that's what they're worth. Whereas in the future, a company will only be worth however many Bitcoin they've got, and however many Bitcoin they're generating income with. So literally, he's right there. The company is only worth what Bitcoins, however many Bitcoins they've got, because Bitcoin is the true money, measured in value. So the value is fiat currency. That's value, but that's a value measurement without any value behind it. So again, when a company says worth $5 billion, $5 billion worth of what in value? What commodity? Well, that commodity in the future is going to be Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is not Gridcoin, as people will find out later. What's this? This looks hilarious. Celsius sues Tether, seeking $3.5 billion over Gridcoin collateral sell-off. The assets in question were evidently given to Tether as collateral. Okay. Defunct cryptocurrency exchange Celsius has filed a lawsuit against Tether, alleging misappropriation of assets and seeking approximately $3.5 billion in Gridcoin returns, damages, and legal fees. Tether reports that Celsius, in its lawsuit, seeks the return of approximately $2.4 billion worth of Gridcoin. However, publicly available court documents show that Celsius has asked the court for relief in the amount of 52,428 Gridcoin, or its current market dollar equivalent, plus damages and legal fees. Celsius sues Tether. The lawsuit alleges that during Celsius's bankruptcy proceedings, Tether loaned it a specific amount of Tether, the company's stablecoin backed by the United States dollar. Well, whatever. In return for this loan, Celsius sent Tether 39,542 Gridcoin in collateral. As the price of Gridcoin dropped, and per the two parties agreed, Celsius was required to provide further collateral to avoid liquidation. According to the lawsuit, Celsius claims Tether liquidated the Gregcoin at the price point that almost exactly covered the debt without giving it the opportunity to provide additional collateral. Tether responds, according to Tether, the lawsuit is baseless. The company called the proceedings a shakedown and pledged to rigorously defend itself against unwarranted allegations in a recent blog post. I mean, Tether can print Tether up from nothing anyway. Tether says that rather than liquidate Celsius' position in violation of the contract, it was Celsius that requested the sell-off after choosing not to provide additional collateral. Quote here, when Celsius chose not to post additional Gregcoin, it directed Tether to liquidate the Gregcoin collateral Tether held in order to close out its roughly 180 million USD position with Tether. While Tether is left to while Tether has left no doubt about its commitment to fighting the suit, it's also being quick to reassure the USDT stakeholders, citing its $12 billion in collateralized equity. The company stated that even in the most remote scenario in which this baseless lawsuit will get somewhere, Tether tokens holders will not be impacted. Well, we'll see about that when everybody tries to liquidate their funds. Damages, as mentioned above, the exact amount Celsius seeks appears to be in question. The number currently being reported throughout the cryptocurrency community and cited in Tether's blog posts account for 39,542.42 Gregcoin, worth around $4.2 billion as of August 10th. However, according to page 28 of the legal filing, the plaintiffs also want two other transfers made during the same period voided. As part of the suit's prayer for relief, the plaintiffs asked the court to require defendants to relinquish to plaintiffs the 15,658 Gregcoin, the 2,228 Gregcoin, and the 39,542 Gregcoin, preferably transferred by plaintiffs to defendants or its current US dollar value. Together, those three transfers amount to 57,428 Gregcoin as of August 10th at a price of 60,627 per Gregcoin. Celsius is apparently seeking approximately 3.48 billion in Gregcoin. Furthermore, the Celsius suit also seeks no less than $100 million in damages, plus additional damages to be determined at trial and legal fees. Watch this space. Shitcoiners getting shitty with each other. That's quite funny. And what's this? BitGo set to transition wrapped Gregcoin business to multi-jurisdictional custody. BitGo claims the move of its wrapped Gregcoin business will make it the world's first multi-jurisdictional, multi-institutional custody. All right. Cryptocurrency custody platform BitGo is set to move its wrapped Gregcoin business to a multi-jurisdictional and multi-institutional custody structure to ramp up its security efforts. Currently, BitGo's wrapped Gregcoin custody operations and cold storage are based solely in the United States. However, according to an August 9th statement, the company has begun a 60-day transition period to diversify its custodial locations and jurisdictions for the underlying Gregcoin, to include Hong Kong and Singapore as well. Wrapped Gregcoin represents Bitcoin, or represents Gregcoin, and enables users to communicate with Ethereum-based decentralized finance protocols and decentralized exchanges. Yeah, whatever. BitGo reassures use of same multi-sig technology. BitGo claimed that the transaction of its wrapped Gregcoin business will make it the world's first multi-jurisdictional, multi-institutional custody via a unique partnership joint venture with BitGlobal. The custody platform reiterated that it will continue to use the same multi-signature technology and deep cold storage, but now keys can be distributed in various locations worldwide, reducing the risk of single point of failure. It was also stated that the transition will be both frictionless and transparent, with a completion set for October 8th. A key point that was highlighted and reiterated by BitGo's CEO was the involvement of Tron Network and its founder Justin Sun in the development. Tron and Justin Sun involvement, BitGo CEO Mike Blesh acknowledged that the partnership for the joint venture includes BitGo, Justin Sun, and the Tron ecosystem in August 10X post. He reiterated that Tron founder Justin Sun will not, quote here, have the ability to move funds. This comes amid ongoing lawsuit filed against him by the United States Securities and Exchange Commission. Quotes here, "We made sure to be very clear about his name," Blesh added. In April 2024, Cointelegraph reported that Tron asked a New York federal court to dismiss the US SEC's lawsuit against it, arguing the regulator is targeting predominantly foreign conduct. The SEC is not a worldwide regulator, Tron claimed about a year after the lawsuit was initially filed. In March 2023, the SEC filed a civil lawsuit against Sun, the Tron founder, the BitTorrent Foundation, and Rainberry over the orchestration of the unregistered offer and sale, manipulative trading, and unlawful touting of Tron as a crypto asset security. The financial regulator alleged Sun engaged in manipulative wash trading by helping drive public interest in the TRX and BitTorrent with the help of celebrities including Soulja Boy, Lindsay Lohan, Jake Paul, and Akon. There we go. Shitcoiners getting shitty with each other. What's this? Morgan Stanley Gradecoin ETF push a death wish, says former SEC official. Oof. Oof. Former United States Securities and Exchange Commission John Reed Stark believes Morgan Stanley's Gradecoin ETF pitch could severely burden its compliance department. Morgan Stanley, the largest wealth manager in the United States, could face intense compliance scrutiny after allowing its entire team of financial advisors to start pitching spot Gradecoin exchange traded funds, warns crypto skeptic John Reed Stark, a former US Securities and Exchange Commission official. By unleashing its legion of 15,000 brokers to pitch a Gradecoin, Morgan Stanley has just violated voluntarily subjected themselves to what will likely become the largest SEC and FINRA examination sweep in history, Stark wrote in an August 9th statement. But again, the cabal at the top are not explaining to people what Gradecoin is, which is what they've done to BTC. They know what they've done. They know that they've removed all contractual credibility and therefore all economic value. It's absolutely worthless and it can't scale. You know, but what are they going to do? Tell the traders this when they're making huge commissions selling the spot ETFs and everybody thinks it's Bitcoin. Yeah, they can't let the cat out of the bag. So this bubble is just going to be huge. But even the banks will be pointing fingers about what the hell's gone on. Jeepers. I mean, like I said, this dwarfs all other financial bubbles and Bernie Madoff's Ponzi scheme, like by a mile. Regulators will have extensive access to documents. Stark explained that the compliance staff and enforcement staff from both the SEC and the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority will have immediate access to all records, documents, emails, texts, voicemails, and phone conversations related to Morgan Stanley's Gradecoin sales to retail investors. How are they pitching it? But again, they can't let the cat out of the bag. They can't say, oh yeah, Gradecoin is a worthless security ever since they implemented SegWit, in 2017. Because everybody's just like chasing the dollar. This resplendent, abundant and easy accessible treasure trove of evidence will be available to the SEC and FINRA not only with the click of a mouse in the form of a request of documents or testimony, but also upon demand during an on-site surprise for cause inspection. Stark called the move Morgan Stanley's death wish. I think he's right. Again, MicroStrategy, all that, they have no idea. The criticism comes after a person familiar with the matter told Cointelegraph on August 7th that Morgan Stanley authorized its 15,000 financial advisors to start recommending spot Gradecoin ETFs to high net worth clients. Morgan Stanley only endorsing 2 Gradecoin products. The individual who was not permitted to discuss the issue publicly confirmed an earlier CNBC report that Morgan Stanley plans to begin recommending Gradecoin ETFs. Currently, the firm is only endorsing 2 products, BlackRock's iShares Gradecoin Trust and Fidelity's Wise Origin Gradecoin Fund. But crypto industry commentators believe it will be significant for Gradecoin. Expect to see some chunkier inflows in the second half of the year. Crypto venture fund Dragonfly Management partner Hasib Quresh wrote on X, "Can you imagine how big this is?" the DeFi investor added. Since spot Gradecoin ETFs were approved on Jan 11th, they have attracted 17.3 billion in inflows, according to Farside data. Oh my god, honestly, this is what we're facing. People listening to my show know what's going to happen. I mean, it is scary. And let's have a look at a little bit of Bitcoin history. Here we go. Check it out. Check it out. That's the top. August 11th. This is that famous quote today. Here we go. So on the 11th of August 2010, Craig Wright, as Satoshi Nakamoto, famously wrote, "Imagine if gold turned to lead when stolen. If the thief gives it back, it turns to gold again." And here it is. So this is the quote. So in answer to, ask some real-world business owners if they want to tell their customers about the chance of the money being lost forever, unrecoverable by either party. That makes it sound like it might somehow get lost and the parties can't get it ever, even if they want to cooperate. When you pay for something up front, you can't get it back either. Consumers seem comfortable with that. It's no worse than that. Either party always has the option to release it to the other. And then quote here from Nelinsky on August 10th. But the money burning solution, while great at preventing economically viable fraud, does nothing to prevent revenge and actually makes everyone lose. If one side is dishonest, I would certainly not endorse that. And then Satoshi Nakamoto wrote, then you must also be against the common system of payment up front where the customer loses. Payment up front, customer loses, and the thief gets the money. Simple escrow, customer loses, but the thief doesn't get the money either. Are you guys saying payment up front is better because at least the thief gets the money? So at least someone gets it? Yeah, man, that's a very good question. Yeah. Are you guys saying payment up front is better because at least the thief gets the money, so at least someone gets it? That's exactly what they're saying. Great point. So he's continued here saying, imagine someone stole something from you. You get it back, but if you could, it had a kill switch that could be remote triggered. Would you do it? Would it be a good thing for the thieves to know that everything you own has a kill switch, and if they steal it, it will be useless to them, although you still lose it too? If they give it back, you can reactivate it. Yes, you can do the trade again. And then this is the famous one here. Imagine if gold turned into lead when stolen. If the thief gives it back, it turns to gold again. It seems to me the problem may be one of presenting it the right way. For one thing, being so blunt about money burning for the purposes of game theory discussion. The money is never truly burnt. You have the option to release it at any time forever. Awesome. Right, I've talked 27 minutes. Have a quick look at the figures just quickly. $41. Yeah, hash rate, network nodes. Let's have a look at the blocks coming through. Pretty small at the moment. 40,000 times cheaper to transact on Bitcoin than core coins. 66% a comparable loss mining on Bitcoin than Greg coin. Let's have a look at the hash rate, just the mining just quickly. So that's actually the mining. Tau still doing well, 49% on there. Let's have a look at Bitcoin versus Greg coin. Okay, so just ups and downs at the moment. We've got a market cap of $1.2 trillion. That's going down. So Greg coin just on the up there. Let's just see where Bitcoin is. Here we go. Just $41. Cheapest chips heading down a little bit. But they're saying there is 6.4 million asks versus 5.7 million bids. I will actually try and figure out whether or not those figures are correct by comparing them to other figures that we see here. Right, there we go. If you enjoy these updates, please ding your donations for your appreciation to Satoshi at ethersempli.com, Satoshi at handcash.io, Satoshi at simply.cash, Satoshi at relator.com, Satoshi at rockwallet.me, or Satoshi at senti.ch. We'll leave you there. I hope you enjoyed it. As ever, be aware, take care, stay safe out there, and we'll see you in the next one.